Before we get into the video, guys, I do want to thank you all. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if the YouTube algorithms pushed me or whatever's happened has happened. I'm not going to question it, if I'm honest. We're on 128 subscribers. One of my previous videos hit 3.6k views. The views are doing really good recently. You know, you guys are commenting, you guys are leaving likes. I do appreciate that. All of these interactions really help me out a lot, so I do appreciate it. So thank you so much. Anyway, enough soppy heart to hearts. Let's get right into the video. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy BrownYoda, and today we're talking about the new patch notes for Helldivers 2 update 1.000.102. So let's not dilly-dally our way here and just get straight into it, right? So today's patch is dealing mainly with spawn rates for heavily armored Terminid enemies as well as possible play against them. It also contains some fixes to UI elements and crash fixes. Now these patch notes have been written up in a way where they're basically talking to us directly because it was in the Discord server, but regardless, let's talk about it. So they're talking about the balancing of enemies, and they've started off with the amount of heavily armored targets that spawn on higher difficulties, especially for Terminids, have been a big discussion point online and internally. The intent is for groups to bring some form of anti-tank capability, but not to a degree previously needed. So basically, all the clips you've seen on Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube of just like people on really high difficulty playing against like 7 Bile Titans and 6 Chargers, or 5 Chargers and like 10 Bile Titans. Basically, that was a concern for them, and they're now kind of making it easier for us to deal with situations like that. They're also reducing the spawn rate of Chargers and Bile Titans on difficulty 7 and higher. In addition to that, they've also reduced the risk of spawn spikes of Chargers and Bile Titans. They also mentioned, please note that we have changed the distribution of enemy types, not reduced difficulty. Expect other enemy types to appear in greater numbers instead. We are not changing anything regarding the Charger's legs, however we are lowering the health of the Charger's head. It should now be at a point where a well-placed shot from a recoilless rifle or an EAT-17 instantly kills a Charger. Now I personally don't know why people were complaining about Chargers in the first place. Unless you're completely new to the game and you don't know how to deal with a Charger, you know, that's fair, that's understandable. But if you're like level 15 or whatever and you're higher than that, level 15 or higher, and you still don't know how to deal with a Charger, it's kind of like, come on bro, just learn the game. They've also mentioned that together with the unfortunate undocumented change of the last patch that increased the armor penetration ability of less well-placed shots for the EAT-17s and recoilless rifles, Chargers should now be easier to handle by well-equipped groups. Now regarding the gameplay section, they talk about the operation modifier electronic countermeasures. They've basically said this operation modifier, which had the chance of giving you a random stratagem instead of the one you input, has been removed in order to be reworked and will be reintroduced in a future iteration. We have found that this modifier wasn't communicated clearly enough and overall caused more frustration than excitement with the way it was currently implemented. This change was made in 1.000.100 but was unintentionally omitted from the patch notes. And now moving on to fixes, they've talked about fixed missing text on several HUD and UI elements, fixed several subtitle and VO mismatches in the news videos, fixed various crashes that occurred mid-gameplay and when deploying to missions. And now they're going to talk about the known issues. I presume this will be the same as the previous patch notes, where these are known issues that they're trying to fix but they haven't fixed just yet. So let's get into them. Game crashes when attempting to use a stim while inside an exosuit. Pink artifacts may appear in the sky when setting off large explosions. Automaton dropship seemingly disappears and slides in after being shot down. Shots from arc-based weapons may not count towards kills in post-mission stats. Players cannot unfriend other players befriended via friend code. Cross-platform friends invite might not show up in friend requests tab. Players may be unable to select loadout or return to ship when joining a multiplayer game session via PS5 activity card. The exosuit can destroy itself with rockets if it fires while turning. Text chat box display is obstructed by the cinematic letterboxing during extraction. Alright guys, that's it from me. There's no further information regarding the patch notes this time round. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, and if you are new, do subscribe because it does help me a lot. Like I said at the start, you guys have been unreal recently with the support, so if you can keep this going, that would be fan-bloody-tastic. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video guys. Hope you have a good day. Bye.